So, working on this job here in Laguna Niguel, what were some design challenges that you had to overcome?
I would say one of the biggest challenges when you have an indoor space that is now going to flow to an outdoor space is furniture layout, right? So you really want to have a great flow. So from your kitchen to your living room to your outdoor dining room, from your outdoor dining room over to your fire pit and your grill, right? Like you really want to constantly be overthinking through, hey, if I'm at the grill and I want to talk to you, where are you going to be? Oh, I'm going to be sitting here at the fire pit. If I'm at the fire pit, am I going to talk to the people that are sitting at the bar at the kitchen pass-through window? And they're going to talk to the people that are cooking in the kitchen. So it's really about that. And I know that you and I like re-spray painted out our lines of everything, right? So we were like, okay, so now I'm sitting here and I'm at the fire pit. And then we were like, maybe it needs to shift a few inches. And we dusted the dirt and respray painted, right? So that was kind of like, I felt for me, one of the biggest challenges was really like, how does everything flow together?
Yeah, and I remember that flow was super important with this client. Me and you and the client walked this whole job, like you said, with green spray paint, and we laid out every single thing. And the biggest thing that the client talked about was, are my guests going to do this? Are they going to want to walk here? Are they going to want to be able to, are they going to feel restricted walking this way? So flow was super important to the client.
Totally.
Yeah, that was a huge challenge.
Yeah.
A challenge for me on my end as the remodeler or the logistic guy trying to get it done, one huge one was that the column in the middle of the, I want to call it like the California room, there was a column right here with a 12-inch drop down. So pulling out the column was something they wanted to do because they have this big La Cantina door and now they have something obstructing their view. So you and the homeowner talked about how you wanted to remove it. And so I basically come up with a change order, a dollar amount to get that done. Once that change order is agreed upon, then boom, we get it done. So in this case, we got to remove it. So the homeowner and you totally were stoked because now we got to get the view from this big La Cantina inside the house unobstructed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, as the designer, of course, I always want everything that's going to make it look the most beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say to the client, yeah, I mean, you have this beautiful home with this stunning view.
Totally. And that's like a huge thing with interior designers and contractors because you will recommend something that looks amazing, right? And then the whole time I'm thinking dollar amounts, right? And the homeowner is in the middle of that. So you're saying, hey, just blow out this column. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, this is probably going to cost them about $20,000. This is a $20,000 change order you're about to do. And the homeowner is thinking like, is in the middle of that. It's like, hey, Phil, she says blow it out. It's going to look amazing. And I'm thinking, it's going to cost you a lot. It's going to be a big change.
Yeah.
And it's up to them whether or not they just say yay or nay.
For sure.
But that's basically the designer's job, is to spend the homeowner's money.
Yeah, but I also feel like for me, I mean, I really work with clients with such varied budgets, right? And I always say at the end of the day, it's your home and it's your money, right? So you have to make those financial decisions as, you know, like a husband and wife. That's not my decision. So I'm always going to say, I recommend this, or a lot of times I will say, hey, if you have to choose between one or the other, right? Like if financially you're like, well, we could do that or we can do that, I will give you my recommendation where I think you're going to get like the most wow factor. So that's big, yeah.
So we just did that at that last job with Taylor. We were doing the entire house. We did the downstairs, fireplace, this, that, and then it came to the guest bathroom. You designed the guest bathroom and you recommended something that would cost a lot more than just updating a standard bathroom. So they had to remove a wall and remove vanities, do all kinds of, do this and do that. And I just came in with a price, said, hey, this is a normal remodel and this is the way Nicole wants it.
Yep.
And they ended up choosing that higher end.
Yeah, and as you know, sometimes we'll say to you, can you give us a price for either option, right?
Yeah.
Can you give us a price for this option, wall stays, sink, right? Or wall comes down, vanities over here. So that way, I always like for them to have both options on the plate and then they can make the decision. Because obviously I can make either work, and I can give them the recommendation. I think that this will look better, but this, we can still make it work and it'll be beautiful. But at the end of the day, again, it's their money, so they have to make the decision.
Totally.